What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another video. So today we're going to be unboxing and talking about this budget Amazon short RAM cooler intake that I found for the budget Integra. So nothing special, a little cheap one. I'm going to put the price up here. Super budget. This, it's not really for a case swap, or it's not, none of that. I'm not even sure. It's just, like it says here, you say regular 3-inch, just, and it says, it's funny, it does say carbon fiber, but it's not, unless they're you'll see maybe the actual filter itself, and maybe that's where they get the carbon fiber from. I mean, they did have that option, but it was a little bit more money, so I just decided to get the cheapo. You can get, I forgot the price, but it will be listed somewhere up here in the video. It is 3-inch. It does have some flaws that, but I have not measured it yet, because obviously it is not in the engine or the bay. So, but hey, nonetheless, I'm pretty sure it will work. It will do the job. It's a little simple, a little simple one. And then I'm gonna show you guys a little hack I did to use it, because as you guys will see, the IET sensor has to be in there, and it has to have fit pretty well. And I was having issues because a lot of them, if I can find it here somewhere, it's gonna be difficult, but it's pretty much let me see if I can show you with the EG. All right, so as you can see with the EG, there is the IAT, and then that grommet that is going in, that grommet is super hard to find. I seen some intakes that brought that same grommet, because that's the perfect one you need for the IAT, that obviously allows you for the case swap if you're running that feature, which I suggest you do if it's a daily driven vehicle. Only came on the cooler intakes that were mainly for like an RSX, I'm talking about stock chassis and stuff, and those ones run all the way back here. I didn't feel like cutting or like kind of like finding a way to customize it. I've also seen ones for like a 96 and 2000 Civics, the ones that go on this side. Also brought it as well for some reason, and I just didn't want to spend all that money just for that little grommet, because they do have aftermarket ones where you put and you tighten, but from my understanding, don't quote me, I think you have to weld them shut to get that good seal on them. So, but nonetheless, you guys will see what I'm talking about. Unboxing here, I brought this. I guess this is to mock it up or have it still if you want to. Keep in mind, this is meant for another chassis. I'll link it up here. I'll put in the link in the description box as well. What chassis this is actually for, but because I didn't really look at it. I just saw that it was a 3-inch short, like low RAM, so I decided to go with that. But it does bring hardware, it does bring the clamps as well. It does bring this coupling in here. It is too small for my application. I am running, will be running a 72 millimeter, so it is smaller on one side. So, but nonetheless, I do have an extra keytune one from my EG setup, so not worries about that. Hopefully it does work. It is a 3-inch on both sides. We got the intake here, pretty much the tube, and then the filter, and that's pretty much going to be it for it. Nothing special, a little generic filter, you guys can see. Sorry, it's hard doing this with one hand, but this is probably why they said carbon fiber. I don't know if this is what they mean by it, because it kind of looks like, I don't know, it just looks like checker marks on them or whatever. But yeah, nothing special, just a regular. It is a little bit shorter filter right there, so it does bring that as well. Put it back in there. And then it's a little trick I'm going to show you guys with this tube, because you're really not going to need it. It's up to you. As you guys can see, this does not have that feature, but on this K-Tune cold air intake, it has these two fittings in here, to run, so that way the crankcase pressure can run back into the engine. That's usually how stock it is, so it does give you that option as well. I just went ahead and blocked them off because it's not needed for what I'm doing. But back to this, it does bring this little hose here. Not sure the diameter, but it does bring this little hose here, and I'm gonna show you why. We have it. It's ideally to have the IAT, which we have right here, and I'm gonna show you why I did this thing right here where I cut a little piece of this and I put it right on the K series, which is typically what a R6 will run. I've seen some of course run them, IT sensor, and I went ahead and put this around it, and I'm gonna show you why. But before I get to that, it's best to have the sensor close as possible to the throttle body, but I'm not running it that close on this one, as you guys saw. But I'm gonna play it to see by ear to see how will be my best clearance, fitment, and how I want to run it. But as you guys can see, this grommet is super big, and you know, look how big it is, the diameter, and it's actually meant for this hose to insert right inside in there, and then that's, I guess, for the crankcase or whatever, will bypass and go right in there. But what I ended up doing, since the sensor itself will not fit, it'll start wiggling in there and it'll pop out, it doesn't even fit, I went ahead and put this around here, and sure enough, so you guys can see, boom, see? And it goes all the way in, you know. Just doing this one-handed, it kind of sucks. As you guys can see, the ITA is sticking in there, which that's what you want to pick up, read that density of the air as it goes, passes inside, and it's not going anywhere. It's snuck in there, sealed tight, and you know, as you guys can see, boom, right there. So that right there is a little hack for you guys. That was my biggest issue when I was sourcing one out, because I wanted a budget one. That was what my biggest issue, to be honest. But nonetheless, I figured it out, and it was pretty easy and efficient. So in the past, I want to say past, I bought like a case swap one from one of these used auto parts, whatever, on eBay. I think it was like $80, but they ended up canceling my order for no particular reason. So I ended up going back to square one, and you know, I found this. So hopefully it works, does the job. I've seen some people run this with no issues. This style, or at least it looks like it. So I'm gonna try it, and hopefully it works. This is potentially what it could look like, or what it would look like when once it's in the engine bay and paired up with the throttle body. You know, as I was saying, I still have to play with it and see how fitment is gonna play a huge part, because obviously we do have the reservoir in here, as you guys can see. Sorry for all the boxes, but you guys can see we do have the reservoir right there, and that's usually where it'll be sitting at. I don't want to relocate it because it's just better to extend the 3/8 or the 5/8 hose that I have, because everything's right here, and then I'll have to just bypass it and bring it on to the other side where the power steering pump will be located. But I'm gonna see, play by ear, nothing's permanent yet. But guys, enjoy the video. Thank you guys for tuning in and watching. I hope it helps somebody out that is looking for a cooler intake. This is completely budget. This is all budget setup, because it's obviously for the Integra K-Swap budget build. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. God bless you guys. If you guys have any comments, concerns, or anything, just don't hesitate. Put it down there below. If you want to add to the channel or anything, or help anybody else, or have a question, just make sure you put it down below. So I'll catch you guys on the next one.